Yeah, I'm cold.
Here we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. So we just looked at the movie, The Cosmic Energy Meditation. And in these classes, of course, I named it the Solar Breatharian Knowledge. Same thing. Then we got these words, prana, chi. Yesterday we learned that they originate from the sun, so people can be clear and know it's just sun energy. Cosmic energy. All the same thing. But now, in the New Age movement, for over 100 years, they've been talking about the light body. Everybody been talking about the light body. But why haven't people been able to achieve the light body if the information is right in front of you? Just because information is there don't mean you know how to use it. But now where we're at, we know how to use it. This is good, ain't it? So now, a lot of these words, things on the internet, truth is right in your face. Look at these wordings they use. One article is the new light body. This is what we're going to go over. Now, where do light come from again? The sun. So it's the solar body. Internet. That article from another is going to be the same as this. Just a play on words. Now look at this. Activating your light body. Now they was asking about, do you need to do something? Can you just believe? But activating means you got to do something. It takes knowledge to do it. Just like you need a key to open up a door. You know what I mean? Everybody got it because the body is there. As we was watching that film, everybody got an energy body. But to activate it, you got to do something. So this is what this is talking about. Then they got another article. This is from a biomedical firm. Consciousness. Look at the light. They talking spirituality. Ain't that from a biomedical place? Consciousness. Look at the light. They know to expand your consciousness is dealing with the light. The average person don't know that. Look at this other one. Ionic minerals. The crystalline electromagnetic body. What is that? It's a solar body. It's the same thing. They just gave it another name. You got an electromagnetic field around the body, and crystalline just means you do got crystals inside of your body. They go over it telling you about it. The knowledge in everybody's face, but you got to learn how to read it. And all of this is the solar breatharian knowledge. They just didn't have to say that. Here's another one. Bioenergetic sciences. Bio means life, energy. It's saying the same thing, different wording. It's in everybody's face. And last but not least, I think of aerial nutrients. Can you breathe nutrients, vitamins, and minerals from the air? And you know what? Really, this is child's play. It's still the light. All it is molecules. One will lose an electron, go to another molecule and make something else. Your body's been doing this. Nitric oxide, how do you think you get that? There's 78% nitrogen in the air, 21% oxygen. You're breathing it, and they come together and make nitric oxide. A lot of things in your body is not making it because it's dormant. That's why you need to activate the light body with the light. So now, going back to our first article, this is going to be good. Like I said, this has been on the internet for over a decade.
M3K and maybe disconnected.
Oh.
So the speaker just is connected. Whenever you want me to, I'll connect it back so we can hear better for when we start the video again.
Oh, all right.
Reconnect.
Good. So now we're going to go over the new light body. Who want to be my reader?
He has a very good reader. Yes.
La, la, la.
Yeah, like, that's a good
La,
option.
la, la.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Take it in.
La, la. Here we go.
And he can rhyme with it too.
You can rhyme with it too. Whatever you need to rhyme with it, rhyme with it.
Do, Brother Jerome. Make it your own. I know you're gonna.
So they use that word, the new light body. And we can play with it. We can call it the new cosmic energy body, the solar body. It don't matter. The new pranic body. It's all talking the same thing. But when we read this writing, it's going to tell you step by step If you want to know how to, and breatharian is just, I'm telling you, all it is based on how much energy your body can absorb and hold. That's all it is. So it ain't about that. It's going to tell you right here, step by step, what this is about. So let's look at the new light body, since we can read and understand it now. You can begin, yeah.
The new light body, Guruji Maharaj. To create a body of light, what is needed is the capacity and willingness of mind, heart, and spirit to raise the vibration of the physical, emotional, and mental being.
All right, stop right there. To create it, you need to raise the vibration of the physical, mental, and spiritual bodies. In other words, you need to make your molecules jiggle faster. Huh? That's what you need to do. If you want to create and transform yourself, you need to get your molecules jiggling. All right, let's go further.
Shake it.
To raise the vibration of the physical, emotional, and mental being so that it can adapt to and resonate with incoming energies of life.
Here we go. Incoming energies of light. It go with that video, don't it? Cosmic energies. So you must, they use the word adapt. We're good at adapting to something. You start going to the gym, you try to lift some weights, you come back sore and all this other stuff. But if you keep going, your body start getting used to it. And then you need to put on more weight. So you need to adapt to get this cosmic energy, to get more of it into the body. That's basically what they're saying. All right, let's roll.
We live in a sacred time today, one in which the substance of physical matter is changing in ways that are yet to fully reveal themselves.
Physical matter is changing itself. We're always evolving. That's basically what they're saying. And I like what they said now. When we look at evolution from Charles Darwin, most people look at it as the physical aspect, but the energy has something to do with it. And this is what they're basically telling you today. And see, this is why in order to change yourself or evolve, you need to work with the light. That's what's going to transform you. Because that's the expansion of consciousness. You're going to be another being. All right.
Among these changes is the capacity of our bodies to hold more light and of the body itself to become a body of light.
Hold more light and to become a body of light. This is right in our face. And how are you going to hold more light? You got to meditate. Meditation is the foundation. In other words, you need to relax, surrender to it. It'll come in on its own. Oh, this is good.
To create a body of light, what is needed is the capacity and willingness of mind, heart, and spirit to raise the vibration of the physical organ, its spiritual. Being able to receive these incoming energies will enable those who seek to do so to stabilize their energy field at a higher level of vibration and at a higher level of consciousness.
A higher level, those who seek to do it. Everybody don't want to seek to do it. But those who seek to do it, they'll have an expansion of consciousness and a higher vibration. In other words, they're jiggling a lot faster.
Shaking faster.
Shaking faster, yeah. Oh man, this is good.
Which one? Of course.
Here we go. All right.
In order that this occur with greatest ease, the physical vehicle for containing light must be in a purified state so that resonance with the higher energies can take place to the greatest degree.
Now this is good. It must, to make it easier, the vehicle must be in a purified state. So this is where diet, fast, and do. Because didn't you, Lori, you just said you feel uncomfortable if the body's real toxic.
Even just sitting here,
Mm-hmm.
like, you're never comfortable when you're toxic.
Here we go. Never comfortable when you're toxic. So to make it easier, the body must be in a purified state. So that's why you're doing the other things, so you can receive more incoming energy. All right.
What this means will vary from person to person,
Person to person, it'll vary. All right.
but at the very least has to do with eliminating from the body all toxic substances that impair its natural functioning, all animal-based substances that would effectively lower the body's vibration, and all negative energies of an emotional nature that have the potential for creating blockages within the body to smooth the flow of life.
That's crystal clear, ain't it? And this is what age we in. We're in the age with the most diet changes around, fasting, juicing, all of this. This wasn't out 20 years ago. Not like this, not at this level. They're trying to, the system is helping you. Ain't no use of demonizing the system, it's helping you. They the ones gave you the article just now, for those who could read. Oh man, this is good, ain't it? All right, let's roll.
There have been many reasons given over the years as to why people have chosen to discontinue eating animal flesh and parts.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that corresponds to the creation of a light body has to do with spiritual vibration and with the desire to enhance the body's means for holding and stabilizing the higher frequencies of life.
That's what it's all about, the light. You want a high frequency. In other words, people give all their little reasons why they don't eat the animals. You ain't gonna never have a real conversation with a chicken, you know, like you care. You want to have a higher vibration. For real.
Amen.
Oh, go ahead.
This in no way minimizes the other reasons for not eating animal flesh, but it adds to these. The compelling conditions that are present at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
The stabilization of the body as a resonating field of light will enable consciousness to more firmly adapt itself to the new way of being in the world.
Now, this is the key. The consciousness have to adapt to a new way of being. So that's one thing on the breath theory journey too. Your body is going to be making changes, but your thought process, you have to give it time to change also. Some people be wanting to be a breatharian, but what are you going to do with yourself when you're not eating? You don't know yet. So you're going to keep jumping back to eating because you don't know what to do with yourself yet. That takes a minute on how to socialize, go out without trapping yourself in the closet. You will go through all of that. But that's all you know is how do I use my time. All of this stuff. We could go on and on with that one. All right.
It will make it more simple and effortless to find one's way through the changed nature of one's relationship to reality and to more fully assimilate the new perceptions that accompany this change.
This is huge. New perceptions. You're going to be looking at the world totally different. It'll take a minute. New reality. That's why when I be using the word solar breathing journey, why do I do that? Because that's reality. All this other stuff, people just talking. I'm going to raise my frequency vibration, don't even know what it is. I just be looking at them. Let's get to the reality. All right, let's roll.
Always within God's reality, everything is offered and choices must be made freely. So it is with this decision as well.
Mm-hmm.
The body is a fine instrument that may be used for any one of a number of purposes. However, in order for it to perform at its greatest potential, it needs to be finely tuned.
Now, oh, go ahead.
And this is what the purification process accomplishes.
Here we go. Now listen how they wrote that. The body is a good instrument. And see, it can be on all types of diets and stuff. Like when they tell you about glucose and all of that, that is true due to how that vehicle is functioning. So when people try to take that knowledge and come to a breatharian knowledge, it's not going to meet. This vehicle is totally different on how it's working. But the body can do all of those different phases. Oh man. But in order to go to those higher levels, what do you say? It must be purified? It must be purified a certain way. Purified with what? First of all, the light. You got to get the light channeling through the body so it can transform itself. And those things that are dormant, where's that other paper at that goes activating your light body? That one is talking about the new light body. This is talking about activating it. Two different ball games, even though they're one and the same. All right, let's roll.
The simultaneous purification of the emotional, mental, and physical layers of our being, more than anything else, lays the foundation for the movement into the next level of evolutionary development and allows the light to do its work of redeeming and purifying as God has ordained for the planet and for all of her inhabitants.
You're taking part of your evolution. This is huge. This is your biggest job on the planet. Somebody asks you where you work at or whatever, I'm evolving. That's all you need to say. I'm breaking up blockages. Huge work.
That's a good
It's
answer.
big time.
Good answer.
You're jiggling faster.
I'm jiggling. How you doing? I'm jiggling.
At some point in the future, the creation of a light body will not even be something that needs to be discussed.
Listen at this. In the future, the light body will not even need to be discussed. This message is taking care of itself going around the planet. Serious. And pretty soon, it ain't going to even be no discussion. I don't believe that. Yes, you will. We're here now. There was a time people didn't even know they had an electromagnetic field around their body. Now nobody ain't denying it. See how knowledge is going? Oh man, this is good. And this is not going to even be a discussion in the future. All right, let's roll.
Since it will be deeply understood that body and consciousness are one,
They're one. Body and consciousness is one. So there's people out there still in the spiritual game thinking their mind is something else outside their body. No, it's not. They need to quit it. All right, let's roll.
and to maintain one's own spiritual and mental health, as well as the world's spiritual and mental health, attunement of the entire being to the restorative and enhancing energies of spiritual light is essential.
It's essential. Spiritual light, they're using, fancy words. Solar energy, cosmic energy. You need to attune to it. That's what's going to help the human being evolve, to expand its consciousness.
At that time, a language of light will become more familiar to humanity's collective consciousness, and what may seem like an effort, and for some, a burden, today will feel at that time like a gift and an opportunity.
In other words, people won't stop lying. Seriously, tell the truth. The light is right there. All right.
Now, this is the next section, emotional healing and the new light body.
That's good. Because emotions is the roughest one to deal with. The emotions is the toughest body to deal with as you make your transformation dealing with the light. Most of humanity make emotional decisions. So we need to go through that one. Mm-hmm.
The process of purification fosters the transformation of the physical, mental, and emotional aspects of each human being, and indeed of all of embodied life, into a state of greater resonance with the higher frequencies of spiritual life.
Mm-hmm.
To the degree that this is accomplished, the embodied self, including the physical form, no longer operates in the same way that it once did.
No longer operates like it once did. Now, let's do a thought process real quick so it won't be spooky. We were just watching that video, Cosmic Energy Meditation. You see it, all that light coming through the body. Now, it's not going to happen on one session like that. All right, we got that. But just think if you went every day for a whole year. You did that 365 times. Then you did it a second year. Not missing no days. I'm just saying, throwing the thought process out there. Over 700 times. So what you just say, Jerome, is no longer going to function the same way. This is what we mean by getting more light into the body. Being dedicated so it can transform you. That's what you're doing. Mm-hmm.
Instead, it operates as a vehicle for the properties of God's light and becomes capable of radiating these properties at all levels.
That's huge. I can't even comprehend that. They just put God's light in there just to tell you that's a lot of power. Right. You're going to have a lot of power. Oh man, now you can see why this knowledge went underground. It's in everybody's face, but now we read it, now we can see it. Now we can see it. You can do it. That's the thing about it. You just ain't reading something like good poetry. You can do it. All right, let's do it. Let's roll.
What we call the energy field, or aura, which all human beings possess,
Mm-hmm.
is an aspect of a light body, but not the whole.
Now listen at that. So your electromagnetic field, which we call the aura that all human beings have, it's already the light body. It's an aspect of it. So you already got a light body. So I like how you said that earlier. Is everybody a breatharian? Well, breatharian of potential. It need to be activated. But the qualities is there. That's why you need to transform yourself and activate yourself. All right.
The aura, generally speaking, has been a term used to describe corresponding to the qualities of thought, emotion, and higher consciousness that human by contrast, incorporates the auric or energy field, but it also consists of the cellular structure of each organ, the molecules of each
Listen at this.
the molecules of each physical cell, the atoms of each molecule, and the electrons and subatomic particles of each atom.
This is why you need the light in the system, in the body. So it could go at a cellular atomic level. So you're going from, your digestive system is going from a mechanical chemical level to an atomic level. That's the transformation. You want to get down to an atomic level, atomic energy that's in the cells of the body. That's what you're charging up. All right, let's roll.
In addition, the light body, as it develops, is capable of influencing the genetic code
Here we go.
chromosomal structure, which give rise to personal traits and characteristics.
Now that's huge right there. See, I love good writing. You're changing your genetics. That's what evolution is. Evolution is, and I threw this word at you. In order to evolve, you must mutate your genes. And what's the best way to mutate your genes? Through radiation, which is light. That's what needs to happen. Change, adapt, mutate. And that's what the light body does. Other than that, it's not going to happen. You're a human trying to be a god. That ain't going to work. You got to transform and be a god. Straight up. All right, let's roll.
All that is physical as well as all that is mental and emotional is capable of transformation by the higher frequencies of spiritual life, so that the entire physical, mental, and emotional being vibrates at a higher level with a new and different consciousness.
Now that was huge just now. Let me see what he just said. It's capable. The capabilities is there for transformation by the higher forces. You must hook up with the higher forces. Now let's make it clear. The vessel, here go the vessel. And everybody's vessel got frequencies coming to it. And you got higher frequencies. But ain't no use for the higher frequencies to descend on the vessel if it's not prepared. It ain't gonna come if it's not prepared. All you doing is preparing it. Now, in New Age thought, they got this thing called ascension. Y'all ever hear of that? Ascension, ascension, ascension. There ain't no ascension. There's a descension of energy. The energies will come to you if the vessel's prepared. This is good, ain't it? A descension. But it ain't going to come to the vehicle. That's why there's a saying that says, well, people say, I want to be a breatharian or whatever. Don't chase the power. The power will come to you. You ain't got to chase it. All you got to do is get the house ready. But if the house ain't ready, the energies ain't coming. Oh, man, this is good. All right, let's roll.
Within this frame of reference, it is important to note that the premise of the light body is that all that we currently hold to be solid is not truly solid, but contains crystallized or coagulated energy which holds together for a time and purpose, only to dissolve later on into energy once more.
Listen at this. Everything that appears solid is not solid. Everything that is solid. Even the body, when it dies, it ain't going to be there all, it's just going to not just disappear, but anything. Anyway, everything's not solid. Things that look solid are just molecules that's so compact, but they're jiggling.
Plastic is.
Ah,
No.
It
No.
stays for too long too.
No,
It's not too solid.
no, not at all.
This is the
There's
problem that it is.
pyrolysis to make plastic decompose, and there's fungi that.
Really?
Yeah,
Found a solution.
it's still physical matter. It just take longer to some.
Yeah.
Some things take longer, but they ain't gonna be here forever.
Mhm.
Yeah, true.
Oh man, this is good.
Once we understand the fundamental aspect of the human organism as energy manifesting on all levels of expression,
It's all about energy. The fundamental aspect. All right, let's roll. Sorry.
it becomes easier to see that a new energy containing qualities of divine love, light, hope, and joy could infuse a pre-existing energy field and transform it into a new configuration.
Now look how they use those words: love, joy, peace. And all people want that if they could get it. But you can get it when you what? Have a higher vibration. It's an automatic. That's what comes with it. That's why you're transforming your body from a lower vibration to a higher one so you can have that experience in life. La la land. All right, let's roll.
This is fundamentally what happens in the creation of a light body. The energies of mind and emotion that we call thought and feeling are transformed through the introduction of spiritual light into a new energy pattern.
Now they use that word spiritual light. See how they changing up words? They could have used cosmic energy, cosmic prana, all of this stuff. Just using words, but it's all talking about the same thing. And for us being here, the sun is our primary energy source, is the sun. All right, let's roll.
This energy pattern resonates with and increasingly conforms to the divine inner nature of each human being. Expressed differently, the energy of spiritual light, as it affects the physical, mental, and emotional being, begins to separate out light and darkness at each level of experience,
Mm-hmm.
amplifying and merging with that which is already light-filled within the self, and releasing and dissolving what is not capable in its essence of joining with the higher frequencies of light.
In other words, it's going to start getting rid of your bad habits. It's going to take the light to get in there. Some things are just so thick in us, the program, you're going to need the light to get in there. That's all it's doing. Mm-hmm.
The process of purification enables each one who wishes to